All right. Hey now. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Real Estate Rundown. I'm Dustin DeHart with Keller Mortgage.
Nick Lehman with the Lehman Group at KW.
All right. So let's address the elephant in the room right away, Nick. And that would be my lip here. So,
I didn't know if it was your lip or my jacket, but
it's my lip. Apparently, I got Ebola of the lip last week, and I'm still rolling with it. So don't distract me. So you're looking at it.
I'm sorry.
Be professional. You're supposed to be a professional broadcaster now. I know it's going to be distracting.
Eyes only.
Yes, eyes only. Thank you.
Only. Yeah.
Right?
I won't look down.
Okay.
Don't look down.
All right. So that's out of the way.
Perfect.
Let's get to the meat of the show. We got a good show today, right?
I'm excited, yeah.
Yeah, rundown. We've got some tax tips, capital gains. There's a difference between pre-approved and pre-qualified, believe it or not.
That is true.
Pretty crazy Raiders ending,
Dude,
right?
what was that? What was
amazing.
happening?
I
Yeah, it was
know.
awesome. Awesome for the
And
Vegas
a lot
Raiders.
of other stuff, a little surprise in the middle for you. We're going to talk about go away, what we want to go away. So, but look, I can't believe it's Christmas this weekend. It feels like it's, yeah, well,
I dressed for the occasion, a little Saint Nick for you.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Any plans? Staying in town? What are you doing?
Yeah, staying in town. We have week on, week off with the kids. So I'm divorced. I have 3 kids, week on, week off. So this is not my Christmas Eve Christmas. We're going to celebrate on Friday with the kids. So we have the whole jammies. We're doing gingerbread houses. I bought a gingerbread train.
There you go.
They do a modern house now. We're doing cookies. Polar Express. We'll watch the whole thing. I'll have some adult beverages. We'll do hot chocolate, and that's kind of our
mixing
thing.
some football, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
What about you? You got stuff going on?
Quiet Christmas. I actually had a Christmas party yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, cool. You're standing still.
I know, right? First hangover show. It didn't take long. Right?
They can't see the IV. It's fine.
So we're good. Yeah, no, like I had the team over, their family, some of my family, some old friends. Up in Mount Charleston, we have a house up there. Nice house.
Nice.
And, yeah, Buca de Beppo and some adult beverages and cigars and the White Elephant game. You ever play that?
Always.
Big
yeah,
hit.
yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
What'd you end up with?
I ended up with a little blender and somebody stole it. It was literally
Perfect.
I'm like, where did it go? Like it was gone.
Now,
so.
have you ever re-gifted a White Elephant gift?
Oh,
yeah.
100%. Yeah, and we used to play that at my old company, and somebody decided that they would bring an adult toy, and my CEO happened to open that, and everyone took a bosh to White Elephant for so
they took a
keep it clean,
pause.
people.
That's right.
Yeah,
I got a shake weight once.
There you go. Well, a what?
Not going to demonstrate it. Not going to demonstrate it. Let's focus.
Some pretty good gifts. I was trying to go for the liquor, and then I ended up there was a little blender. So yeah, I got full. But I tell you, this time of the year, it's normally slow, right? And like leading up to Christmas, man, I can't even get you on the phone. You're so busy. I mean, and we are too. I was literally telling Brianna on Monday, I'm like, I thought it was going to be a mellow week, and it's like balls to the wall right now.
It really is. Yeah, I think, the change in rates, I think that's helped. And I think, again, the consistency is bringing some certainty and some confidence to the market. So we feel like we've hit the peak, and some stabilization, some drops, some ticks in rates, and I think that's bringing consumer confidence. And the phone calls asking for pre-approvals.
Yeah.
Are increasing, and so excited to be busy on a normally slow week.
You had a great year, didn't you? I mean,
we did.
Most people didn't. I don't know if you hit your goals or not, but you probably were pretty close.
No,
right?
we actually did. We had a fantastic year, super grateful and blessed. Yeah, we did hit our goal this year. We have some lofty goals for next year, so hopefully that will work. How about you guys? Your numbers were solid?
No, we didn't hit our goals. I don't think one lender in the country did, unless they closed one deal last year. No, I kid. But it was for lending, it was a rough year.
Yeah.
But I am pumped for next year. I know it's going to be a great year. But I'll tell you, there's a lot of things next year I want to see go away, right?
It's true.
And
just
I've actually
nauseous.
Got some things that I've teed up here, Nick. And
this is the surprise right here.
This is it. And I want to see if maybe you agree with me that these things should go away next year. All right, let's see if we can get our first thing to go away.
Man.
Inflation.
It
right?
just like makes my chest hot and red when you hear the word.
I know.
And you hear people just, gosh, it's like
so
kind of
weird,
makes you cringe.
Too, forever we've never. I mean, it's been that 2. We couldn't get to the 2%. You know, and now we're, you know, gosh, we get it. We're, you know, higher than we were in the 80s. You know, and
right.
But it's coming back down. We've explained that last couple shows, and it's probably going to continue to come down. You know, there's still some work to do. It seems like the supply chain issues aren't really that bad anymore, right? Rents are coming down, which will certainly help.
Lumber, gas is down a little bit.
I still look, I'm like, it's still 3 digits. Baby steps. We'll get there.
But yeah, I think as long as they don't drop it too fast, that's what the fear is. But I'm definitely tired of hearing the word. And if we could stop saying it for a week, that would be...
That would be amazing.
I would welcome that.
I think we should make up our own word for inflation. All right, here's our next one. Let's see if we can pull this one up. Fed rate hikes. Oh, God. All right.
This is more cringy for you, for sure. It's got to be.
It is, but little do you know, some people get this confused, is Fed rate hikes don't mean mortgage rate hikes, right? If they don't directly impact them, they do influence them. And believe it or not, these previous Fed rate hikes actually were helping mortgage interest rates, right? Because the point of them is to get inflation under control, right? Now, they directly impact things that affect the consumer, like HELOCs, home equity lines of credit, credit cards, short-term loans, car loans, stuff like that. And look, if they would have maybe did some Fed rate hikes in the beginning when inflation was getting out of control, we might not be in this mess. Now, here's what we need, right? We need them to now settle down, right? So, and their stance is, all right, we see that our Fed rate hikes are working. Right. We still need inflation to come down a lot. And now they're forecasting 75 basis points going into next year. So, so maybe 3 25 basis point hikes. But if we see,
so not 75 at one time we've been seeing.
Yeah,
so,
in totality. And look, if we get another great inflation report next month, they may even get a little more aggressive on that, because we want to make sure we don't put our economy into a recession, because we need jobs to sell houses and get home loans. And,
it makes sense.
And it does. It is nice when people are employed.
Logical.
All right, let's get to the next
Impact,
one.
not influence.
Shift. Oh, come on. You go with this.
The Shift.
You done reading The Shift yet, by the way?
I've read the book. I've listened to the book. I've re-gifted the book. There is a book called Shift. Everything we've done is Shift.
And by the way, that book, it was like he went in time and wrote that book, and everything he wrote was like, wow,
intro scene. You were like, oh yeah, that's happening now, and he's like, and this was 1982.
Gary Keller, by the way,
that guy.
Author,
there's a book Gary Keller wrote called Shift. The little beginning.
Good stocking stuffer for you people. If you want.
Re-gift it.
we got
the beginning talks about a period in time. You think it's now, but it really was. This has happened again, and that's pretty much the point. Is we've seen this again, and that what I think is what's again not connecting for people or not landing is that we've been in a shift. We've seen a cycle before.
How about we say new? Now? The new market, shift. Right? We heard shift at everything. The mastermind shift.
We got to change a new for 2023. We got to call it a different.
We don't give a shift anymore, right? That's basically where we're at. Yeah, shift off. Yeah, let's get the shift out of there. So. Go away, Shift.
Please.
All right. Let's see if we got another one here. What's up now? Oh, boy. Who is that? Kanye West?
Wow.
First of all, I'll let you roll with this. I understand he's a great artist. If you put a gun to my head, I couldn't tell you one song he sings.
I actually like a couple of his songs.
I knew you were going there.
You can't. Yeah, I went to Cheyenne High School. I like some Kanye songs, but it means that rap hip hop was what I grew up with. So Kanye, gosh, man, somebody's got to.
Right?
They got to take his phone away. You can't say these things anymore.
You cannot say this stuff.
How can you lose half of your worth in a day?
That was $1 billion.
It was $600 million from Adidas or something.
So apparently he has these shoes that are really popular.
The Yays or the please don't quote me on any of that.
I don't know.
Yeah, but he messed that up, and I honestly think he needs help.
He's saying some very weird stuff. Yeah, there's something.
Did you see that Letterman thing with him on? Did you ever watch that on Netflix?
No.
Okay, you can tell that stuff's off.
Yeah.
You know,
not all the faculties.
I wish him the best, and I
Yeah.
wish somebody could help him and just take his phone
and
away.
take the Kardashians with you too next year, Kanye. All right, that was a double one.
I like that show.
That
The
one.
show, you don't.
No, I don't.
Okay,
But-
perfect.
All right, what's our next one? Elon. They're both wearing tuxedos too.
That
so
was-
look, I'm an Elon
Same
fan.
party? Was that like a gala?
Yeah,
Okay,
they were discussing next year together.
what to put on Twitter to help
Yeah.
each other? Okay.
You know,
go ahead.
look, Elon Musk is amazing, right? He is our
Cool cars.
You know, yeah. He is great. So like, Twitter, he's now getting off the rails a little bit.
Yeah.
Getting a little Kanye in him. He overpaid for it. It's like, dude, all right, we get it. Like,
Yeah.
You know, thankfully, maybe he's going back on the rails because I think he's giving up being the CEO for Twitter.
Yeah, he's going to step down, or they're making him resign, or
Yeah. He already got fired.
It's only been like a week
month,
or
I
2
know.
weeks. Yeah, it's. I mean, he's relevant clearly, and maybe he's such a smart guy. This all could be planned.
Yes.
You know, to talk about me,
Exactly.
talk about me, talk about me.
Right.
And I can manipulate markets and just make more money.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah, look,
So-
I mean, get back to inventing stuff. Like, I want that time machine before I die, Elon, all right?
I had the
Like,
opportunity to go to space myself. Like,
yeah,
do I have to own
Twitter's
a company
great,
to
but
go there?
I've never been a Twitter guy either.
No, I don't
Yeah.
tweet.
I don't either, but it's cool for, like, topics, right? Like, yeah.
It's cool to
anyway, I
scroll,
don't really know anything about Twitter.
Please go away.
Go
for
away.
a minute. For a minute.
Yeah,
Go
but come
to
back
create.
and get
Yeah.
Tesla back on board. Your shareholders are really pissed off right
Like
now.
to see the truck around.
Oh, I know. When is that coming?
Is it coming?
It's a 10-year wait list for that truck. All right. What's our next one here? Crypto.
Oh my gosh.
Where do we start with
I
this?
mean, the biggest rise and the biggest fall. I mean, there was everyone. Everyone around. This is the way we're gonna
Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
mine it, and you gotta buy Ethereum
Right,
and Shiba Inu,
And people that
and
were
you
telling
gotta,
you this, you never wanted financial advice from, right?
and
Yeah.
literally, like, what is the name of the coin, and how much did you want
Howard
me to?
Stern, Beetlejuice, had his own coin for right, and I think it's actually
Don't
doing
say
better
it three
than
times.
Yeah, so I got into crypto really early, like I bought two,
Did you?
$1,500 a piece, right?
Okay.
Went up to $3,000, and
Wow.
like that, I sold one, kept
Okay.
the other one, right?
So you were
I'm
playing house money.
playing on house money. I
Okay.
said, let's let this ride, and then it was going to $7,000, and then the trading platform I was on said, we're shutting down. You have to
one of
upload all
those.
this stuff, and I kept doing it, and I couldn't call them, and then guess what?
The money's gone.
Bitcoin's
It's just-
gone.
just
I believe it is at the state. Like I just have to fill out the paperwork
Okay,
and all
okay,
that. But
okay.
right then I knew there's something fishy going on with this. And I'm
Something
like,
else is happening
yeah,
here.
I'm like, I'm out of crypto. And then, yeah, we've seen what else has
Okay.
happened with like the stable coin.
Yes.
Oh, that's the safe one, right? Oh,
right.
Yeah, that lost billions, the FTX.
Yeah. Was that
Look.
what was the El Salvador? Was that the country that
Yeah,
like
and El Salvador has their whole economy
was the-
based on Bitcoin.
yeah, they
That's
like
doing well
cashed
for
out
them.
and yeah,
Yeah,
ooh.
like they didn't even make the World Cup either. That's they're poor El Salvador.
that-
So look, it's not regulated. In fact, it's not only is it not regulated, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets deregulated.
For
meaning
sure.
no more crypto guys.
It's, I
right?
feel like lawsuits are coming.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know when, but I had a financial guy tell me, he was like, look, you
yeah, if you
play
want
with
one,
it
right? It's gambling. Go for it.
as much as you're willing to
Right,
lose.
right, exactly.
That's literally,
Yeah.
and so it sounds like you were even in
Yes.
that zero?
Yes. But
Okay.
But it would have been nice to keep that thing
Yeah,
going. It was up to
yeah,
60
plus
grand.
three.
You know, who knows? Anyways, all right. What's
All
our
right.
next one here? To go away. Oh, the iBuying
The
companies.
big bad Z and Open Door. I mean, yeah.
Well, look, we know these platforms were shaky at best. Like Zillow, you know, they tried, right? And,
yeah,
that $1 billion loss, they got out. Figured the algorithm is not how you.
They had a good market and they just like, why, when is like enough? Like
Yeah.
you were making money off of agents, you had the, your Zillow Premier thing, and then you got to go and get licensed and you want to
Yeah.
start selling and flipping. And
Exactly. Get back
they
to
just
what
were
you know.
overpaying.
Go steal data.
Stay,
That's what you're good at.
repackaged
Yeah.
at it. They actually package it beautifully.
Right.
I'm not knocking them, but I'm not I mean, what is his estimate? What does it mean?
I don't know. They
Is
don't
it a
even do it
word?
anymore. But yeah, like OfferPad's a penny stock now. Look, these models certainly don't work in a
No.
declining market right now, right?
in a shifted
The
market.
shift market, well, that's got to go away as well. So yeah, I mean, look, the tried and true investors that hold properties,
Yeah.
the hedge funds, they're going to do fine.
Correct.
They always will. It's these, and it does look. There is a
period of time,
right, and there is a reason
for sure.
for it. Some people like the convenience, and they'll give up a little money for it. So, all right, we had a couple more, but we're running out of time because we got to get to what's called the rundown.
Yeah.
Nick.
The real estate rundown. So the real estate rundown is a series of topics that you go, I go. We'll do a little quick 2-minute segment on each that are relevant to real estate lending and what's going on here locally in the Las Vegas area. So let's get started.
I need glasses because I can't see.
That font is small. Yeah. It looks like Station Casino. I believe that's you. Okay. Let's run the clock. Okay. And we'll get this going. You can have extra time.
So Station Casinos, they're doing some posturing right now, buying a lot of land. Durango Station is getting built right now. I think that's planned to be opened at the end of next year.
Yeah, exciting.
$750 million. Like, can you believe $1 billion basically casinos or local casinos now? It's crazy.
It's just like the norm now. That's just what it costs.
I know. Yeah, and they want to double their portfolio, I guess, and by 2030, and they're on their way to doing that. Inspirada Station is coming.
I didn't hear about that one. Yep, that's coming next.
They are starting to plans with that. I think that's a few years away. So apparently they want to put a Station Casino in every damn neighborhood, and I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I love Station Casinos.
Great restaurants, the bowling, the movie theaters.
Exactly. You don't have to be a gambler to frequent these places. I mean, Red Rock's amazing.
Frequent there often. Green Valley Ranch is nice.
Green Valley Ranch is amazing. Look, and Boulder Station, not amazing now, but when it opened, it was amazing.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Right? And Sunset.
I was just at Santa Fe last week eating at the Oyster Bar, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah, look, the Fertittas, very good businessmen. Besides the Station Casinos, they purchased a sports franchise called the UFC.
Wow.
A long time ago for about $2 million, and I think they did all right with that.
They did okay, I heard.
$4 billion, they sold that for.
Yeah,
I can't even see the time. Am I done here? So
you have 30 seconds.
30 more seconds. So and then hired a guy named Dana White to run it, and they did okay with that. Right?
No, they did fine.
So I actually could do a whole nother rundown topic on Fertitta stories being in town here, but I don't want to get sued.
Got it. Favorite restaurant in a Station Casino?
Absolutely.
What's your favorite?
Favorite restaurant? T-Bones. Hank's. I love Hank's.
Okay, Hank's. T-Bones is solid too.
And I'm actually going to the movies theater on Christmas.
Are you?
Besides Top Gun, I literally can't remember the last time I went to the movies.
There hasn't been a good one since
the movies
Top Gun.
suck, right? They just
pandemic,
suck
COVID.
We should make Quentin Tarantino has to do 5 movies a year now. Sorry, I'm running out. I'm running.
All right. Tax benefits of owning a home. This time of year, soon you will be planning for your taxes if you already haven't done so. And there are some tax benefits to owning a home. And let's talk about what those are. The first tax benefit is the mortgage interest that you get to deduct off of your loan, and sometimes in the cases of second home residence as well. Okay. Back to having people talk about renting versus owning, this is a financial gain to owning versus renting, where the difference is between rent, it basically is gone. Right. You're paying somebody else's mortgage, they're taking tax benefits off of you, you're not having them yourself. Property taxes you're able to deduct. Home equity line of credit, should you take one to improve your home. Right. Fixing a backyard.
Investment property.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
What is important to understand is, aside from last week, we talked about the emotional benefits from owning a home. There are actual financial benefits. That's not just rent, hey, I'm renting versus owning, that there are tax plays that people don't really figure out till later.
Right.
That when they actually file their tax, like, oh, I'm actually getting this much back because I have these elements that I'm allowed to now claim or deduct.
Sure.
You get those questions often or frequent in yours?
All the time.
Yeah. And it's important to talk about because I don't think people really grasp what that really is. And sometimes, even in the case of owning a rental home, when you buy a rental home to depreciate it, they're like, well, I'm a slight loss or I'm even on the rent.
Right.
But when you factor in the tax benefit to it, you're really ahead. And it needs to be looked at.
Don't take advantage of all the tax benefits all the time.
100%. So we are not a tax professional or licensed, but there are huge tax benefits in owning a home, whether it's a primary or an investment, and you should definitely take advantage of those.
Absolutely. All right.
Pre-approved versus pre-qualified.
There is a difference. I know a lot of people don't know
What do you
this.
mean? I thought they're the same.
Yeah, well, as a real estate agent for 17 years, I'm sure that you've run into some doozies where you've been sent a pre-qualification letter, right? And
Yeah, the big box banks, the online.
Kumbaya, we're fine, right? And then it's not kumbaya, right? And then all of a sudden, it usually happens right at the end. There's a problem.
Right after due diligence period.
Yeah, and and then sometimes it's crickets after that. Like they
Can't get a hold of anybody.
Where did they go? So look, a pre-qualification letter should mean that the loan officer has done their job, right? Pulled credits, run automated underwriting system to get the findings, looked at the income, looked at the assets, priced out the deals, talked to the borrower, right, about all their options, and here's your pre-qualification letter, right? But the problem is the loan officer doesn't actually approve the file, right? That the rubber meets the road when the underwriter approves your file. Now, we at Keller Mortgage, we to avoid these messes that happen. And look, any mortgage lender in the country, I don't care how good you are, you're gonna make a mistake here and there, right? So when we start the pre-qualification process, we then turn it into a pre-approval by having our underwriter review it in like 24 hours, right? Who then issues an actual approval. Now, there's things that pop up like that they only see on reports, right? I didn't know that. So it's nice to see these things up front versus, I'm not closing tomorrow because we have a problem.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So look, it's most companies don't do this because, it's not cost effective to have underwriters review files they may not get back, right? But at the end of the day, when it is done, it makes a seamless, easy, stress-free close, and the borrowers are now happy. And then guess what? They usually refer you back to business and want to use you again. You know
circle of life.
Yeah. So look, there is a difference. It's an easy process with us, and I have no idea how much time I have. My eyes don't
We need
work.
this buzzer. We got to have a timer on you. Let's go
you're
to the next topic.
right.
This next topic, this finish. Did you have the pleasure of seeing this game, or did you?
I was supposed to go to it live, but my lip was so bad.
The lip was
I'm
so
not joking.
inflamed he could not make it. Okay, so I took a video of this game. The end. If we could play that, the Raiders versus the Patriots this past Sunday. The game is tied. Yeah. Typically, when football players start doing this lateral, throwing it back, it's the end of the game. Sure. It's because they're losing.
Right.
And check this out. Look at this.
Mac Hollins out on defense. He's all the way back.
Stevenson breaks tackle. Now, I thought
everybody was like, okay,
20-yard run here.
Right. It's going to overtime right here.
Now he throws it to Jacoby Myers,
and that's not a law firm either.
No, and then Chandler throws it to the right. Now, I don't think he saw him because he was standing on the emblem. Either way, I thought it was super ironic. What a crazy end. What are you doing throwing the ball just to get tackled, go to overtime? The irony is Chandler Jones used to play for the Patriots. What a cool moment for him. I didn't get to hear the Bill Belichick post game, but I'm sure it was just.
I'm sure
full
Bill's
of
not
words.
happy. I don't think Bill drawn that one up.
That's not how you draw.
But Bill's team this year, it falls on him.
Look at him; he looks real excited there. You just don't pitch the ball when it's tied. You do it when you're losing. That was definitely.
Almost felt like that should have happened to the Raiders with all the crazy
Usually
losses.
It would be the Raiders.
Apropos,
like the Raiders or the Browns doing that, but sorry, Browns fans.
They have a 5% chance of still making the playoffs. Wouldn't that be crazy?
That would be.
It's been a crazy NFL year, hasn't it?
Go Raiders. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. PIW. You know what that stands for?
No.
Well, you
I'm
should,
not even
because
gonna
when
guess.
you get a PIW as a realtor, you're happy because an appraisal's not needed. All right.
Ooh.
Property inspection waiver. Okay.
Wow. I didn't know it was called that.
PIW. Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to think of something funny for PIW.
just keep going.
I was like, I'm not that quick. So here's how this works. Believe it or not, you don't always have to get an appraisal for a purchase or a refinance transaction. Okay. So on a purchase, once we have the contract, we know the sales price. Mm-hmm. We then run it through what's called an automated underwriting system, aka a computer program.
Ooh,
right.
Fancy word.
Yeah. And then look, the more money you put, you're going to at least put 20% down, right? To have a shot at it. The more money you put down, the more likely you are to get it. Mm-hmm. But there is no rhyme or reason. It's the computer program's going, you know what? I like the value. I like how much you're putting down. You don't need to spend $600 or whatever it is on an appraisal, right?
Is it based on risk? Is it like TSA,
it is, right.
like you,
it's an
you,
algorithm,
not you?
and it's looking at the comps and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's a little harder now in the market we're in.
Okay.
But it's weird because Friday I got one, right? I got a contract this morning. I didn't get one. Both
Similar,
20% down.
Interesting.
And look, sometimes we'll run it through Fannie's system and not get it, and we'll go through Freddie's and we'll get it. There's no.
Yeah.
It is what it's like. No whammies. We're like
no
playing.
Whammies, no
ends. Yeah, like
Stop.
We got one. We got a PIW.
Oh, beautiful.
But look, if you're a borrower, that doesn't mean you don't have the ability or to get an appraisal done. If you want a human being to go tell you that this is what the house is worth, then you can.
Okay.
But when we get them, that makes things a lot easier, right? Saves the borrower a little money.
It is.
And I've had it backfire where they're, oh no, I want the appraisal. It comes in low and ended up costing them money.
Yeah.
So we can't ever win because whenever an appraisal comes in low, it's always our fault.
It's not good. It's not good for you.
I just don't like.
It's not really good for anybody. You just want to get to the next step.
Exactly. So speaking of the next steps, what's the next step?
Capital gains. So a lot of people have had lots of appreciation over these last few years. Maybe you're retiring, you're downsizing. Often I go on a listing appointment, they're like, hey, what's my tax liability? So I pulled the actual IRS code. I can't read all of that. Essentially, I'll paraphrase here, but basically what it says is if you occupy your primary residence for 2 out of the last 5 years, claim it on your taxes as a property or as a primary residence, you can exclude $250,000 if you're single, $500,000 if you are married. So again, what have we had? Let's go to the next slide. What we've had in the last few years is this massive appreciation to where people are coming up on that time that they could take advantage of that capital gains. And it is a thing with people, especially those that like to invest in real estate and continue to build and build and build wealth, is as soon as they hit that threshold, they'll sell and then they'll buy the next home. And it's a way for you to take not take, but you've earned or can exclude that gain and just now apply it to, you can either apply it to the next home of your purchase or buy 2 homes. But it is something that we see often in my industry to where, hey, at this mark, no matter what time or what's going on, it's time to cash out, start the clock again. And it's something that I want to communicate to people that lots do.
Yeah, I know you're not a tax professional. I don't know if you know this answer or not. I was kind of researching it for whatever reason a while back. What if you've really spent a lot of money on improvements? Do you get to show the IRS, well, yeah, I know I'm getting $700,000. However, I spent $300,000 to do that.
From what we're not tax professionals, but what I experienced in my last home is that, yes, you were able to deduct the improvements from the home. So if you did have a gain that exceeded the amount,
way over improved their house,
you would get that back. But I want people to take away the cycle that it is something, a way to build wealth. Going, oh well, if I made this much in 3 years, maybe it's time for you to for me to reset that clock, sell and buy another home to start the clock again.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow. There
it
30
is.
Minutes. We are done. Man, Game 3. I call these games now, right?
Yeah, it's like a sporting
event.
Fantasy
fantasy football. You still playing that or no?
I'm in like one league. I didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I did, and I saw my team get went 8-0 and didn't win another game since. Yeah, one of those.
That's the worst when.
It is the worst. Yeah,
so you dominate the league and can't win game 1.
Man, it's the year is almost over, Nick. I think next week we probably should do some predictions on what we think is going to happen next year. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm excited. We'll have some predictions. I got a little fun game, surprise for you. You've had so many surprises for me.
Thank you. Yeah.
We'll play a game for you that could be fun. But yeah, we'll do predictions for 2023. What you see, what I see. I'll even predict a little bit on your side where I think rates will go, and you can predict on my side what you think will happen with houses.
Median sales price and all that stuff.
Yeah, well, maybe we can do a wager.
Yes, 100%. We got to figure that out.
Yeah, so, we can.
But we're going to have to. We can always go back to these shows and we'll see who won, right? Tequila.
Absolutely.
All right, now you're talking my lingo. All right, so. Man, so Merry Christmas to you, man. Enjoy your time off. And I will see you before New Year's. So not Happy New Year's yet. I'll wait for next show.
Yeah, next week.
All right. Let's get into 2023 kicking some butt, man.
Absolutely.
All right, brother. So, Nick, if anybody wants to get a hold of you, how do they do it?
Best way to do it, you can contact me directly. My cell, 702-289-5200. You can email me at nick@thelaymanGroup.com. And again, that is my direct cell. Looking forward to connecting with each and every one of you. Dustin, what about you? How do people get a hold of you?
Yeah, my cell's the best. It's 702-217-3009.
Not
It's not on there. So, yeah, I'm just kidding. So that's our team line. If I don't pick up, somebody will. So
sounds good.
Yeah, awesome show. Can't wait to see you next week. Thank you guys for joining us.